These are cool. Check these out. Pikachu! Pikachu! I choose you! Guys, hello and welcome to this video. I'm really making it because, first of all, I love tech, I love electronics, I love Pokemon, obviously. And I went to Japan recently, and Japan has an amazing area which is called Akihabara, Akiburu, something like that. It's an amazing department store complex area with streets, and I'm gonna show you guys some photos, some videos that I took where I was allowed to, or at least didn't get caught making videos, because there's a lot of areas that have massive signs saying no filming, no photos, no nothing, and because mainly some have adult content in there. So I went to Japan, to Tokyo, as a bit of an end of a trip thing. I went skiing in Japan, and you'll see some of my videos from there in my review of the GoPro that I took with me to the snow. There's some great shots I took, some terrible shots because, you know, some people are better at using a GoPro than others. But I'll share you this trip I took to Akihabara, the electronics. Basically, it's a suburb. It's a massive area, multiple streets, but it feels like a city in itself. So I went there, I visited, I've heard about it before. It's an amazing place. So first of all, a lot of the stuff there is anime dedicated. So a lot of stuff that you see on the walls, the pictures, the people that are selling there, they're all really interested in a lot of the anime memorabilia there. There's a lot of little monsters and Gundam. Gundam, if you haven't heard of it, it's a TV show and a manga from a long time ago. They've got a lot of the actual characters from those shows in there. It's a collection, and Japan loves this stuff. And I love it too. It's amazing. I was so overwhelmed with some of the stuff I saw there. Pikachu is obviously very popular. Pokemon in general is very popular. And a lot of the stuff there is very arty. A lot of stuff you buy there is basically little statues that you put together yourself, glue them together and paint them, and then obviously have them stand somewhere, which, you know, I'm not really into painting and having things stand. I like a little bit of a toy that I can play with, but I suppose I bought a Pokemon ball and it's just going to stand there for the rest of the time. In any case, the electronics store is probably the biggest highlight. I went into this 7-floor building. Each floor had a different set of electronics. I think the first one was actually just alcohol, not very electronic. The next one was beauty products, so hair dryers, heaters, fans, that sort of stuff. The next one was audio, so headphones, musics, anything to do with Bluetooth or smartwatches was on that floor, and the next floor was gaming, and the last floor was actually, memorabilia, where I went crazy and bought a few bits and pieces. Now, as an Australian in Japan, it's actually unaffordable to buy these electronics, but there is a very interesting side to it because they have an incredible range of products. When I went into the aisles, and I'll show you a quick video where I did manage to record some, in the gaming aisles, they had gaming products, they had gaming computers able to be used with games. This was just mind-blowing comparably to what we get in Perth, for example. It felt like a massive LAN. They had walls and aisles full of single product brands with every single one of the items that product or that brand makes. And it was just all there to be looked at, to be touched, to be, I don't know, I was surprised because of some of these products I haven't even seen in Australia. I haven't even seen on websites to be sold. This was very, very impressive for me. I was super excited about it. Some of the highlights were Logitech, Razer, Corsair had some amazing products that I've only been able to see on, you know, United States YouTubers who are reviewing this stuff, and you never see the product in Australian stores unless it's like a mainstream product. And even Logitech doesn't always get everything to Australia, and if you want to buy it online, you'll have to go through their website and potentially pay for US shipping, and it's a lot more expensive. It's just something that you can't buy. So a lot of the stuff there was just just out of my reach. Price-wise, everything was about 30 to 40% more in yen when you do a quick calculation. And then the calculation I used is how much I bought the yen for, which made sense to me because that's how much money I had at the time. And things were a lot more expensive. I bought a Bose set of headphones that I'll be doing a review on. I bought it through using my Qantas points. There's an unboxing video, I can put the link below here. And I bought it for 270 Australian dollars. And if you go to Amazon, you could have bought it for 320, and then now it's back up to 395. But in Japan, the same set of headphones in this department store were 495 Australian dollars, which is kind of crazy because that's the RRP from Bose themselves. And again, warranty if you're buying overseas. So there wasn't anything there in the electronics department that was cheaper, which was very unfortunate. So keen to buy something. I was just like, what can I buy? It was absolutely mind-blowing. There was some contents there that I've never heard of, so brands, Asian brands that just never make it to Australia. I've done some reviews on some Chinese keyboards on this channel. I was always impressed with the quality of the product, but it's just an unknown brand. And the same thing was here. There was a few brands there that I just never heard of, but they had a catalog of stuff to sell: mice, headphones, keyboards, other little products. I was absolutely impressed. And this is where all the boring headphones are. Now, this department store took me over 2 hours to get through. And once I walked out, I realized that there's a department store of that similar type in every corner of the street that I was on. And I started going into the first one, and automatically one person ran up to me and said, "No video, no pictures." And I was like, well, okay, I'll have a quick look around. But it was even bigger than the one beforehand. It was just mind-blowing, the size of the stuff at this Akihabara district. It was just amazing. And most of the stuff, it is available here in Australia, but not at this magnitude. The magnitude of this for a place like Tokyo, where there's 10 million people, and it's more people than in New York City, and they have these massive department stores, but the homes themselves are so small. How do you fit a 65, 85-inch TV into your home when your wall isn't even that big to even put it on the wall? It's just incredible stuff. So we're really lucky in Australia. We have big homes, and even the smallest homes are pretty big because in Japan they have very little space. When you'd walk into a bathroom, you kind of have to put your head down, and I'm not particularly tall, nor particularly too big. Or when you walk into a room, a double room where you'd have two people in a hotel, there was barely enough room to get around the bed to actually get to the other side. Actually, one of them just was right against the wall, double bed. So if you are traveling to Japan, don't expect to buy anything for cheap. Expect to be mind blown or just shocked at the size of these department stores. I did mention adult content, so a lot of the shops there were anime based or manga, or you can go and get collector as items. You can get, the latest comic, or basically manga. But a lot of the stuff was actually R18, or there was a lot of porn there. And that was kind of interesting. It was very much being sold in another store with kids stuff, in the sense of kids stuff or toys or Pokemon stuff. But there was a elevator that would take you to a floor dedicated purely to adult content. That was quite incredible. Is an interesting juxtaposition in what the Western world does, where if there's a adult store, it's all hidden away and sort of marked up, and there's a wall hiding things. If you're ever in the city, you'll see the entrance has a wall and you gotta go around to actually see in there. This wasn't really that type, and there was nobody blocking anybody from going in there. There's not like anybody checked your ID or anything like that. And it was just an interesting concept that this was just there, and if you want it, go have a look. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to go up on the floor. I was kind of interested, but I saw the tentacles and I was like, maybe not. In any case, the whole area was filled with content that was just amazing. I watch a lot of Japanese anime, and I just loved seeing the massive Evangelion posters, the other One Piece, but I don't really watch One Piece, but I know what it is. And the whole thing was an absolutely mind-blowing experience. Now, this area in Tokyo isn't even the main part of Tokyo. This is just a district about 10 minutes from the main city, from Parliament area, and 10 minutes by train, by the way. By car, it's a little bit longer, and by foot it's a lot longer, but it was just amazing to see this kind of area actually basically being utilized for an amazing thing. And there was so many people, the amount of people was just incredible. So guys, thank you very much for watching my little spiel about the electronics in Japan. I hope some of the visuals there were quite impressive, the photos I've taken. Unfortunately, some areas blocked me from videoing. I only had my phone and got told off a few times, but you know, the things you do for YouTube. In any case, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in another video. Like, subscribe. I don't usually do travel stuff, but you know, electronics and gaming stuff and Pokemon. Catch you later, guys, in another video. This is designed for very small people. I cannot fit. No pictures. You can't.